Welcome to the Pretty Red ENT Show. It's your girl, Goddess Nikita, aka Pretty Red ENT. And if nobody told you today, just know that Goddess Nikita loves you, and I am sending love and light out into the whole entire planet, the world, Mother Earth, and the universe, and the atmosphere, okay? Man, so I was thinking about what I was going to talk about, and yesterday I got on Snapchat, and I was talking about accountability. And so a lot of people hit me up on Snapchat, was like, I like what you said. So I'm going to elaborate into an episode about accountability and how I feel about it. And this is a part of like self-love, self-care. It's also a mental health check. All in one of the accountability. There's different levels of accountability and everything. So I'm going to discuss that a little bit here. So that way, like, maybe my situation, I tell my story, which made your story, which helped you heal because it helped me heal. And separating boundaries with people with accountability is very important when it comes to dealing with people, not accepting their pity parties, not accepting their half, but holding them accountable in a conversation about them and what they do wrong, which has nothing to do with you. Okay? So, shots fired! Let's get to it. All right, guys. So, the first thing I want to talk about accountability is how do I want to target this? Because y'all know I'm like so funny. So let's get the definition of accountability. Okay. Hey, Siri, what is the definition of accountability?
Accountability means the fact or condition of being accountable, responsibility.
Okay. So you're being accountable and you got responsibility. Hey, Siri, what is accountable?
Here's some information.
Hey, Siri, what is the definition of accountable?
Accountable means of a person, organization, or institution required or expected to justify actions or decisions, responsible. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
Yes.
It means explicable, understandable.
So accountability and accountable, this is what it means, okay? Required or expected to justify actions or decisions and responsible. So you're being held accountable for your actions, your responsibility, and all of this, okay, guys? Like all in one, like in your decisions. So if you decide to match someone's energy and try to really hurt someone where you're speaking to them, you got to be held accountable for that. Some people like to blame the devil. Like, stop blaming somebody that you don't know who you're blaming. You're sounding like, when you talk about ancestral hurt, what it sounds like is, yeah, maybe certain colonizers wanted black people to fall in line, but yet they didn't. So they kicked them out of where they were at. That's exactly what it seems like with the devil. So if you want to go here with me, you got to let some things held accountability. I always tell people that, like, how do you know that what happened if this isn't metaphorically speaking, where it's like, hey, the colonizers wanted us to fall in line. And they felt like we were following the line to a certain point. And then we were like, you know what? We see this is wrong. We want out. And we left. And so now the colonizers calls us devils. What happened? This isn't a story about an angel, which we are, the devil probably is an angel. Black people probably are angels. Okay. So here we go. Black people are God. So they kicked another God out of heaven and they call this person the devil. If you want to do what you want to do instead of doing what someone else says is best for you. Okay. I don't know the real story of it, but that's just how I feel about it. So at some point you're blaming somebody who might just be like you and just wanted to be heard and didn't want to do certain things. So here you go, blaming this one person, the devil. Well, the devil's not even bad. The devil's like, y'all like to blame a lot of stuff on me. I would never even use you. Like, it's crazy. And it's like, a lot of people like to blame other things for the way of their actions and other people for the why they acted the way they act. Well, I was going through a lot, so I was hurt. So I decided to be very mean to you. Because you were going through a lot, you had to be mean to me? How does that make sense? I can excuse some behaviors. I can talk to people if they have accountability. If you want to apologize to me, apologize with accountability. Don't apologize and be like, well, I just want to say I'm sorry, but if you wouldn't have did this, and that, this wouldn't happen. No. Maybe I wouldn't have reacted that way. No. Be accountable for your actions. I'm one of them people like, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize. I was a little bit hungry, and I really went off on you. And I should have not went there. I apologize. I shouldn't have got upset. I shouldn't have got angry. I need to learn how to deal with everything I got going on better. I apologize for what I did. Apologize for any hurtful words or my actions. If I swung and hit you, because I don't know, my representative when I'm hungry is, kind of crazy for real. So she be up. But in general, guys, I don't like having conversations with people. And this is just me. And as in 2023, I don't have conversations with people who do not take accountability of what and how what they do and anything. I don't care if it's small to you. If it's small to you, it's big to me. If it's big to me, or if it's small to me, I don't care. If you don't take accountability for your actions, what you say, you won't have a conversation with me no more. People are like, no. At some point, we have to hold people accountable for their actions. Stop blaming other people for how someone reacts to you. Oh, well, some people, now, prime example, well, they were born of two negative, so how can you expect them to be positive? That's their choice. They know. I mean, you as a person, if you see someone treating you different than how you ever got treated before, and you kind of like it, if you turn around and be evil and corrupt to something that you like and that you like how someone's treating you, then that lets me know that you're choosing to be the way that you're being to this person. Not that you have an option. You're choosing to be this way to this person. I have to hold you accountable for that. A prime example, I have a lot of people say, I never knew love or never experienced love until I met you. You were a very good friend to me. I've been getting these a lot of conversations. This is the conversations I've been getting for a while now from like people I have not seen, heard from in years, like over 10 years, close to. They're saying to me, like, you literally are an angel sent in my life. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but you were the light in all the darkness. And I apologize for not really valuing you. Like, you saved my life. There's a lot of people that's coming up to me and talking about I saved their life, and I don't even remember it. Like, I was just being me in my moment. And I asked them, like, and I was like, I knew you were going through that. And they's like, you always knew what I was going through. You were in sync with me. Like, you were in tune with me. But my thing was you in tune with me as much as I was in tune with you? Do you think that you were a good friend to me as I was a good friend to you? That's taking accountability. Like, then when you hit the switch like that, and I'll be like, okay, so you talk about I was a good friend. I appreciate that. But I can't say the same for you. If you was to ask me if I think that you're a good friend, I probably wouldn't have that much to say. Compared to all the things I have done for you, you probably have a book to talk about. But me, I don't even have a whole page. You get what I'm saying? And then I could go into things like, hey, this is how you could have been a better friend to me. But instead, you chose to treat me how people were treating you. But I never treated you how people treated me. I treated you how I wanted to be treated. which was 100% loyalty, honesty, 100% honesty, 100% like the royalty treatment. I will not give you something that I will not give myself. Like, no, I cannot give more to you than I give myself at all. It wouldn't be fair to me if I was to give more, hold myself accountable as a friend and not hold you accountable as a friend. A lot of people don't like that expression of things, but that's real. Like, hey, if I was a good friend, I'm going to hold you accountable for you to be a good friend, whether or not of how people treated you in the past before I came along does not mean that you have to treat me the same way those people treated you. Okay? Hold people accountable for their actions at all times. Like, I remember I got to talk with this guy who, you know, he was cool. He wanted to talk to me. And I was like, but there's no accountability for your actions. You knew what you did when you did it. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, I'm not tolerating that. I know my worth. So some things I will not tolerate. If a man does not know how to control his anger, you're not going to be with me because, baby, I'm not going to tolerate no man yelling at me. I'm not to be yelled at. I'm not going to tolerate no man playing games with me. So if you were playing a game, I called time out. I always call time out. People don't understand. I call time out just because if it doesn't feel right to me. I'm not about to sit up there and give you more than what I give myself. And so if I hold myself accountable, guys, I hold other people accountable. You got to hold other people accountable for their actions and the things that they do at all costs. Okay? Prime example. You know, I just had a conversation with somebody, and sometimes people forget what they do to you. And it's like, well, I didn't forget what you did to me, but I'm not going to forget what I did to you. I'm not saying that I am perfect, but I really am perfect. And that like, because how normal people use perfect is not the definition of how perfect should be used. Am I perfect? Yes, I'm perfectly me. Can't nobody else be me. The whole thing is I'm a really good friend when some people are not good friends to me at all. Like, oh, you mistreat me. If I spent time with you and you didn't value my time, I always value people's time when I'm in front of them. Like, hey, if I'm in front of you, like my dad used to get on me all the time when I was younger, and I used to come see him, and I used to come over to my dad's house just to get some sleep. Next thing I know, my dad used to do, he used to turn off my phone. He was like, well, why every time y'all come over here, y'all are on your phone? I need y'all to turn that off. Like, you're not valuing my time. And I got what he means now that I'm older. And I'm like, oh, you know what? He has a point, because if you value me, you're going to value my time. Yes, you're going to take the time out to say, you know what? I got my silence on. I'm only answering for certain particular people if they call. But some people will sit up there and answer the phone, be on Facebook, you know, do certain things. Like, why you're on a date with someone? No, like, my time is valuable. You want to hang out with me? Yes, I need your undivided attention. If not, then we are social friends. You can't date me being on your phone like that. Oh no, baby, I don't tolerate that, because I would literally put my phone down and turn my phone on silence, or, you know, I shoot down the airwave where no calls can come in. But that all depends on which level you're on. And some people, they're not held accountable for their actions. I remember I was talking to this guy, and he was telling me, well, you know, I feel like the mother of my kids is the devil. Like, she works for the devil. The devil uses her. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what happened to the devil didn't even want to use her? What happened that when she did what she did, she meant it? How about holding people accountable for what they did and what they said? Their character. Hold them accountable. Some people, they know different. They know, hey, you know what? Maybe this isn't right how to treat people at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit up here and I am about to treat people how I would want to be treated. I did that one whole year. I treated people how I wanted to be treated to the point where it's still coming back to me in the universe energy field. But I always hold people accountable for their actions. Like, oh, you didn't think what you said was going to hurt me? Oh, you didn't think what you said was going to... No, you think that I'm not supposed to feel any type of way because you apologize for it. Hey, I'm a person that if we can't have a conversation about what you did without you getting upset, then you're not over it. You're not over it. I should be able to talk, text about any situation, any action you did towards me at all times without you getting mad. And I think that's where people sometimes feel that, well, I feel like you're still living in the past. No, because if I didn't get out how I felt when you did your actions, and if we have a moment in time where I have to speak about what you did to me, I'm going to make sure I get that all out. I'm not going to leave not 1 ounce of how I really felt, or if I wanted to say something and I wasn't able to speak my truth, guess what's going to happen? When I see you want to talk, we're going to talk about a whole full conversation. We can't have a conversation the way how you want to have a conversation. That means you're controlling the conversation. I like to have open conversations with people, man. We can talk about whatever. We can talk about, philosophies. We can talk about how you feel like, the weather is simulated. How you think that somebody creates our weather. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about different things, even down to the point where you're like, hey, we can talk about your kids. We can talk spirituality. We can talk religion. I'm a person, we can talk about any single thing. But at the moment that I want to talk about something, you have a problem, but you want to talk about what you want to talk about. Okay, you're right. Then maybe you need to go on ahead and have a conversation with yourself, because I don't want to have that conversation. I don't want to be a part of it if only you can express how you feel. Oh, I miss you. I didn't mean to do this to you. If you miss me and you didn't mean to do something to me, you would have done it to me and you would have been apologized. In my love language. Okay? Of course, my love language is different than other people's apology love language. You, as a man, you cannot apologize to me without a few things in your hand. I will not accept anything less than that. Yes, you're going to need some Fenty. Okay? Yes. Y'all know I talk about this all the time on Snapchat, because a lot of people listen to my podcast. Follow me on Snapchat. But this is a real statement. You got to listen to me on Fenty. I need me some Fenty. Maybe a brand new pair of shoes. I need a bag. And if you got me a car with some money in it, that's too. But I also need some flowers. Flowers are mandatory for me to tell me that you apologize. I need that in your hand. I don't care what's going on. I'm going to need the flowers in your hand. So at that point, you don't give me anything that I like as a form of an apology, I'm going to assume you're not apologizing to me at all. You're apologizing to yourself. Okay? Like, I don't hear nothing I don't hear apology if you don't apologize with those things. But this is my love language apology. Okay? This is no longer, I'm not accepting bare minimum apologies no more. Like, oh, my bad. My bad is the most disrespectful apology you can give someone. That's not holding you accountable. What are you sorry for? Because I want to know people. Some people just say they're sorry just to say they're sorry, but they don't know why they are sorry. They're just saying it just to get back in your good grace. Like, no, baby, I don't even want your energy in my energy field. You do not deserve me. I've been working on the people who deserve to be in my energy. I'm working on me being a part of where I'm supposed to be. Me leaving things where they are supposed to be and not picking them back up just because it'll make you happy. But it never made me happy. I was a good friend to you, but were you a good friend to me? I'm holding people accountable. Hey, I did this, I did that, I did this. Okay, but and my friendships is Basically, a lot of people, they've been coming up to me lately telling me how much of a good friend I am and how much they love me for me being able to talk, them being able to talk to me without me judging them. But everybody should be that way. People should always be able to talk to you without you judging them. And at any moment that you're judging somebody while talking to them, that means, are you really talking to them or are you just judging them? Some people, you can tell when they're judging you. They'll take anything you say and just run with it. The look and perception that they have about you. Like, what? Like, no. Even in conversations, I hold people accountable. Like, well, you think I'm argumentative. So, of course, no matter what I say, you're going to think that I'm arguing with you. Or if you think that I'm being funny, you're going to assume that I'm being funny to you. So everything I'm saying that comes out of my mouth is I'm being funny. I don't know, but that is. Let's cut the BS out. Like, I see where you're going. I see how the conversation is going. What I'm doing is cutting the mental man out. Boom, this bitch is out of here. We're going to talk correctly. I'm holding people accountable in their conversations. No, you don't remember when you said this, but how you expect me to be okay with something that you're not okay with receiving. Now, if you start treating people how they treat you, then people really start to realize that how they really was treating you was not fair and it was not okay at all. But I'm holding people accountable. Like, hey, well, maybe you told me that you were this person. You gave me this characteristic. You gave me this character that you wanted to play. Oh, I'm this romantic person. I do this, I do that. But then I give you an opportunity to date me. Now, where the hell did this man go that you said that you were? Your actions didn't lead to this. Your actions led to a whole different representative. So it's like how you will, I'm holding you accountable to your words. You didn't come through with anything that you said. None of your words match what you said. So now you make me have to choose me or choose your feelings. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'm choosing me. And that's the only thing I say. Like, you know what? I'm good. Like, I'm good, love, and joy. Like, this ain't going to work. You're not holding yourself accountable. I'm a person, I totally hold myself accountable to the point where I remember one day I was in Lexington and I was very, very hungry. Okay. I told somebody I was hungry and they left me hungry for a few hours. It's like, all right, cool, fine, dandy. Do you not know that I literally spazzed out? Like when I say like my other representative came out, like this young man has never seen me flip a switch. Some people's switches are not the same as other people's switches. Okay? That's the only thing I'm going to say. Not everybody's switch is the same. Y'all be forgetting because I'm a love and light worker. Y'all act like I have not balanced the dark side in me. So when I flip out, people be like, oh my gosh, I have never seen this girl ever get even remotely upset or do anything like to the point where it's not like, you know, like this. But you know what? Here's where I'm making my point. I later on, after I got something to eat and I calmed down or whatnot, I apologize. I said, listen, I shouldn't have been that mad. I don't know the representative that comes out when I be hungry, but I told you about this representative that comes out. Like I have no control over this person that comes out if I'm hungry. Like it's a whole different me and I'm okay with her coming out to handle what she needs to handle. But I do apologize because maybe I shouldn't have got so upset with you. And maybe I can learn how to communicate a little bit better when I get upset, when I feel like I'm not being heard. I don't like to feel like I'm not being heard if I ask you for something. If I ask you for something more than 3 times, I direct, like I'm hungry. I need to go get something to eat. And I can't go get something to eat because I let you borrow my car. And then you said you were going to come back. Like, yeah, I have a problem because if I had my car, I would not be sitting here hungry because I would have got in my car and would have got me something to eat. So at some point, you were messing with my food. You were messing with me. And so one thing I would ever do is allow you to borrow my car because I'd be hungry and you said you was going to bring me something to eat. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, it's about like holding yourself accountable in a situation like that. Like, I held myself accountable. Like, I know not to go anywhere without my car. If I got an option, I got my car, I'm going with my car. You will not keep me trapped somewhere. I don't like that. Like, I like to be free. I like to move freely. And at any moment that you try to trap me, it's going to be a problem because I'm going to have a problem and I'm going to skirt. Okay? They got Lyft. They got Uber. I'll be out of there, though. Okay? But at the same time, I hold myself accountable. I don't never do that. That's been over a few years now. I don't never go anywhere where I don't have my whip. You won't keep me somewhere for a very long time. I got to go. I got to go. When I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. I don't want to wait a minute later, a second later. If I got to wait, that means that you're not in tune enough with me to know that I'm ready to go. Like, cause I'm one of them people, if somebody riding with me, they came up to me like, hey, I'm ready to go. Hey, we out. Let me say goodbye. And I'm going to say my goodbyes to everybody. Then we gone. Some people will sit up there and even though you said that you're ready to go, they will still stay there for another 20, 30 minutes. Like, bro, I told you I was ready to go like 20, 30 minutes. Like, you could have just easily said bye, drop me off and went back. Like, I don't care. I'm just ready to go. And so the one thing that you can say to hold yourself accountable is maybe I shouldn't have put myself in this predicament to be it's somewhere where I don't have what I need to get out. Just like how they talk about, like, you know, women who, you know, when they guys fly them out, you know, like it's your responsibility to have money just in case you gotta go because this person is acting weird. Yes, baby, I'm out. I got flight money there and back. What are you talking about? No, I will dip. If I don't like what you're saying, like, baby, no, please leave. I'm going to leave. I'm not tolerating anything less than what I deserve. And if you treat me any way less than what I deserve, then I'm going to hold you accountable for your actions. I'm telling y'all, some people don't even like to communicate where you're trying to hold them accountable for their actions. Like, prime example, I was employed by this employer, top company, and they're like, oh, well, this isn't done yet. Well, actually, it would have been done because you're saying that it's my fault that this isn't done. But technically, the job you hired me for, my job's done. Y'all was backed up like 4 or 5 years before I came on. I got y'all caught up to current day, time, space, energy. But yet you asked me, hey, do you mind taking on something else different? And I took on something else different. And I was there to assist someone else with their job. And you're telling me that I'm not doing their job correctly. Hold on now. I'm only accountable for my half. Now I'm backed up in the work that y'all actually hired me for just to help this person out. At some point, let me remove myself and continue to do my job that I got hired for and let her do her job that she was bound to do. Like, hold on. And then when you come to employers and you start talking to them directed energy cords where they need to go. Hold on. First of all, this ain't technically my job. My job is this only. Anything extra you technically supposed to be paying me for, but me helping her out is something doing her a favor, doing y'all a favor. It technically ain't doing me a favor because I'm supposed to be chilling right now. Like, and that's the thing that people don't understand. Hold people accountable. No, and then some of these people, you know what, I'm going to go in and hire somebody else new. Hire somebody else new. This person isn't doing what they need them to do. What does that have to do with me? Didn't you just hire this person? You hired this person to do my job. And now you trying to know you can't come back now. No, people don't be understanding. Once you pick a side, stay there. It ain't no more skipping a block. You cannot come back around to me because you know I'm single and you're like, hey, look, I want to give you what you wanted at first. I'm sorry. I won't date you that way. You're going to have to do a little bit more than what you did last time to date me. Like, and please believe you better come all the way correct. Oh, but on top of that, I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting no half-ass friendships, no nothing. Hey, if you couldn't have been a good friend to me and I gave you enough opportunities to do so and I communicated, hey, this is what I need. I don't like how you're acting, this and that. And you had an opportunity to tell me the same thing, right? Boom. Now you want me to come back around and you say, hey, can we try this again? I'm sorry. I was doing what the fuck I was supposed to be doing the first time. What the hell were you doing? So what else do I need to do different? Do I need to act how you acted last time? But then there comes a conflict. Is that a conflict in the inside of me? Like, do we treat her the same way that she treated us last time? Like, to show her like what we did? Or do we show her compassion and love? Or do we just say, you know what? I'm cool. Maybe I was just supposed to be there just to show you and open you up to be like a better friend to people, places, and your family members. And that's it. After that, my job is done. I'm good. I won't relive it back. I don't want to live that moment. I don't want to take a risk of having to keep explaining to someone what I need. I need you to take accountability for your actions and everything that you do and you say when it comes to me. Okay? Nothing more, nothing less. Like, for real. And then you got some of them people like, you know, I did this and I did that. But they don't want to take accountability for everything they did. And it's like, I won't allow you to take accountability because I take full accountability for everything I did. So if you're taking half accountability for what you did, guess what I got to do? Cut you off. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to talk to somebody who does not take accountability for their actions and a situation that it might become. Like, prime example. Somebody was like, hey, well, can you text me your address? I was like, no, I'm not texting you my address. I'm too grown to text somebody my address. What I can do, you know, when you're on your way, I could give you my address over the phone, but I'm not going to text you my address knowing that you just told me a while ago that you, hint, didn't save my number, your phone, because you didn't want your girl to call my phone. What? Why the hell would you think? No, I don't even want to be your friend. I thought at least we were friends at this point, that you're considering like me, like I might could have been like one of your hoes or something. Like if we were real friends, like Kate, somebody I'm with would have to understand like, hey, this is just my friend. Like, I'm not sleeping with this man, nothing like, but this is like one of my really good guy friends. Like, you get what I'm saying? But yet you didn't say my number because of that. Like, no, I'm cool, love, enjoy. I don't have time for that. That's too much. You got to lie. And then you got to continue to keep up your lie. Pay attention to those people, guys. And then also you got to pay attention to those people who they only your friend on the weekend. Okay? Just in time for the weekend. Oh. Yeah, they're only your friend on the weekend. Like, for real, I had a girl that I went out with every single weekend. Never knew her personally until I knew her personally. And then it's like, wow, you're really not the person that I thought you were in general. Like, but we were weekend friends. Faithful weekend friends. Like, literally, I go to school, go to work, come home, take a shower, get dressed. Sometimes I get dressed in the car, but most of the time I got dressed upstairs in the house and I go downstairs and go out Friday. And then come back in the house till 6 a.m. Saturday, get up, go to work, and in 3 hours, boom, get 3 hours sleep, go to work, boom, come home, get a little sleep, 2 hours of sleep, boom, get up, do it all over again and go out. Then by the time it'll be like 6:30 in the morning, Sunday, I make it in the house from going out Saturday. And literally, guys, no cap, I would go and pick my mama up and take her to church. This was my weekends. back in the day when I first was going to school for my first AA, this is my weekends. Boom. And then I will sit there at church with my mama. Took my mama to church. And my mom stayed 25, 30 minutes away from me. Literally jumped on the highway, took my mama to church so she wouldn't have to walk to church. Took my mama to church and literally sat there with my mom in church and then took my mama back home or she needed to go grocery shopping, took her where she needed to go and dropped my mama back off. And then I went home and just slept all the way into Monday and I had to go to school. And then right after school, I go to work. I had 2 jobs. Leave that job, then go to the next one. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, some people can't talk that talk with me because you cannot walk that walk or talk that talk to me. Some things I got to hold you accountable. Hey, there was a lot of things going on in my life, so that's the reason why I couldn't treat you right. I'm sorry. I go through things in my life, so what about the things I go through? Did I treat you any type of way? Because you're on this phone begging me to be your friend. I'm not on the phone begging you to be my friend. Because I was going through my own stuff and I was honest. I never lied. I kept it real with you. I was very direct and blunt with my conversation, but yet you were not. You were not the same to me. You did not give me that same energy. So what am I supposed to do? Keep accepting that? No, I accepted that before, baby. Now that I done healed the situation, I don't want to go back. You don't even know this new me. I heal every day. So guess what? I'm a new person every day. I change daily. Hello. And that's what you're supposed to do. Hold people accountable, guys. I'm telling y'all, like this year, like you got to hold these people accountable. You got to set healthy boundaries and tell the universe exactly what you want. No, universe, I don't want this type of friend. If I accept one person back that's not supposed to be in my friend book forever, guess what happens? The universe starts sending all the rest of these people back. No, I'm good. I'll be telling the universe, I'm great. No, I don't want them. Nope, I don't want it. Nope, 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 nope. 111 on the clock. I'm okay. I don't want to accept anybody in my life. And that's even down to like dating. Guys don't understand it. Like guys I used to date, they come up to me, they see me out like, oh my gosh, are you single? Like I'm like, yes, or I say no, or because half the time people don't know, like back in the day, all the time, people ask me like, are I single? I'm like, no. And I'll be dead ass single. They'll be like, where your man? Some dude called me out on the shit one day. Hey, the nigga held me accountable. I ain't gonna say that dude was a player. Dude was player as hell. I remember I was walking into Sudoku and dude was like, what's up with you? I'm like, nothing. He's like, you gotta do that. I was like, yep. He said, man, you said that too fast. I think you lied. And I was like, nope, I gotta do. He's like, all right, well, if you ain't gotta do one day, you should let me take you out. I usually don't ask girls to take them out. You know, I usually be want to chill, but at you, I want to take you out. I want to take you out on a dinner. I want to get dressed up, all of that. And I was like, all right, whatever. I was like, but I'm taking. No, damn well I'm not taking. So listen, this man watched me for 6 fucking months. Like, I'm so sorry for cussing, but it was funny. He watched me for 6 months. And he was like, man, you said for you to have a man, you always over here by yourself. I think you lying. I don't think you got a man. At all. And I was like, hey, he's like, but because for real, like, you know, we could have already been in love by now, but here you go playing. I was like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah, but for real, but like, you should, like, let me take you out. Like, he was like, the thing is that even if I take you out now, I take a responsibility to the point where I know that you're single, but now I know that you lie. He killed me right there. Killed her with the bag, and he killed her. He said, but I take a risk knowing that you lie. Is this a small lie? Kind of. But is it a lie? Yes. I lied. People don't understand. Did I lie to that man? Yes. I was dead ass single. Single. But I told him, no, I wasn't single. And so when he called me out on it, like, he was like, hey, you know, sometimes you got to watch people. You know, every time I see you in the store, you by yourself, you're too pretty for your dude not to be with you. I'm sorry, because if you was my woman, I will be there every day. And you're naturally beautiful. You're just natural. You're a natural beauty. Like, that's what he kept saying. He's like, you ain't got no fake nails on. Like, your eyes are real. Your hair is real. Like, you're coming outside regular. You're not all dressed up and all this extra stuff. Like, you regular are beautiful. Imagine if you did all that extra stuff. Like, baby, you would be better than Beyonce. And I was like, hey, you right, show you right. Hey, but guess what? I take accountability for my responsibilities for what I did. Yes, I did lie to you. And I don't want you to think I am a liar. I typically tell people that I'm with somebody when technically I'm not, so that way that a lot of people don't try to approach me. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys, they be lying about who they are, what they do, and different stuff like that. And sometimes I just need a break to heal. And right now I'm in my healing space. And that's what I told him. And it was so beautiful to the fact that he was like, wow. He's like, I ain't never had no woman ever keep it that real with me. Like, keep it all the way funky. Keep it real. Most women, they will lie to you and tell you this, and that. He was like, but you kept it real. Like, and I respect that, because most pretty girls, they do typically say they got somebody when technically they do be single. Like, and this is what I noticed, as he started cracking up. I was like, oh, well, thank you. But for real though, like, I would tell somebody in a minute, like, oh, I'm single. But then sometimes back in the day, I used to get a high. When I had a dude, I used to get a high off of turning guys down. Like, oh, how many guys am I going to turn down today? For my man. In order for me to turn down a guy for you to be my man, that means you have to be doing everything that you need to be doing for me not to be turning down guys regularly. Bop, 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 bop. But is this real? Like, yes, guys, I'm telling y'all, like, people hold people accountable. That dude held me totally accountable for my actions. I was dead ass wrong. I did lie. He ain't lie. I'm not no liar though. But he said, if I do take you out, I take a risk of having to, one, accept the fact that you lied. He said, I get why you said it, but you still lied. Like, he was right. I can't even lie and say that he was wrong. Like, he was 100% right. He was factual, and it is what it is, okay? But guess what I did? I apologized. You know what? I apologize, because I'm not a liar, and I just do it. And I gave him why I lied and everything. And I was like, but just to be honest with you, you're not my type, and so I don't want to waste your time. But in general, I need time. I'm still healing from a situation, and I just want to enjoy my moment of being alone. And so sometimes when you tell people that you're single, they'll try to really come at you a whole lot and pursue you, and I just need a moment. And so that's the reason why I say I was taken. And so he was like, wow, like, you're a beautiful person. I was like, I know, but this is just me being real with you, because I like when people are real with me and they don't lie to me and they don't lead me on. So I have to treat you the way I want to be treated. And so I ended up running into this young man, like, maybe like 3 years ago. And he told me, like, thank you for the conversation that we had. He was like, because you kept it so real with me. And then I found my wife right after I, like, talked to you. It was, like, really weird. And he was like, I feel like you were in my life to, like, heal a certain area with myself. And you helped me with that, even though, like, it wasn't a deep conversation, but it was deep enough to hold people accountable for their actions and how I want to be treated. Like, it was kind of crazy. He's like, because you kept it real with me. Like, he's like, I ain't never really had a woman to keep it as 100 as you did, even though we didn't date, but you were just being just authentically yourself. Like, I really appreciate that. Like, that means a lot to me more than anything else. I was like, well, I treat people the way that I want to be treated. Like, I don't have to know you or know you intimately or to have a conversation with you. I can just randomly come up to people and have a conversation with them. Like, prime example today, I was just out and I was doing a friend a favor, and an older lady walks up and she's like, hey, I got these flowers for like $75. I don't know what she was talking about. And I was like, I'm okay, love. I don't want anything. She was like, okay. So then she starts talking to me, and then she starts telling me, like, she's like, well, I went up here to this hill and I said, may God bless you. She said, bam, may God bless you too. Like, I hope God blesses you so powerful, like, boom. And I was like, oh, well, thank you. She's like, but yeah, so I'm going to go back up the street and go to the place because I just stabbed a dude and I pulled my ice pick out of me, but I'm still about to go up here to the same place. I started laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so funny and cute. But she's like, but thank you. She's like, I don't know why I'm telling you that, but I just want to tell you thank you for being nice to me because I see that you were on your phone and you were still nice enough to speak to me when you didn't have to be and you wasn't nasty. I always tell people that, like, I'm not about to sit up there and be rude to anyone. Like, that's just not my thing. I'm not going to be rude to anyone. I'm not going to talk to anyone that isn't, how can I put it to you? Just because you're using a certain tone with me does not mean that I use that same tone with you. I'm only held accountable for for my reactions, my actions, what I say and what I do. Or is my actions matching my words? You know what I'm saying? Like, that is what I'm held accountable for. I'm not held accountable for if you come up to me, you start yelling at me. I'm not held accountable for the way that you treat me. I'm only held accountable for if I don't do anything. Like, some of the times, and I'm going to end it after this. You know what also I held myself accountable for most people that don't really do that, is for if you know that you need to speak up for you in a situation. Okay, let's talk about it. Because people don't talk about this enough. How many times have you been in a situation, you didn't really want to do it, but yet you still did it? But a part of you really didn't want to do it, but you didn't want to speak and voice that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very soft-spoken. And it's like, maybe I said it the first time, you just didn't take it serious. And I'm like, all right. So am I held responsible for some of the times that I hold myself responsible for the times that, like, I should have said something, but I didn't. So I can't be too mad how the results went out, because maybe if I would have voiced my opinion early on and really stood on what I said and, like, did not back down and didn't let anybody discourage me or encourage me to go a different route, yeah, I should have said something. Right then and there, not wait a mile along. I should have said something right there. Like, no, I don't like this. I don't want to do this. Okay. Like, a lot of times we sometimes put people's feelings before our own. And even though we don't want to do something because our feelings is telling us not to do this, but yet we still do it to help someone else out. Guess what? That's not called honoring yourself. That's some self-love reflection that you have to do. So I went back and I apologized to myself. Like, I'm so sorry that I did not speak up when you needed me to speak up. I'm so sorry that we allowed this to go on because you really wanted to say this from the jump, but you didn't. Instead, you let things be bygones. And you really should have spoke up in this point right here. Like, I really started, like, apologizing to myself and start showing up for myself the way I show up for other people. And my life has been totally different. It's like, oh, people are like, oh, you're not used to me saying no. And that's sometimes when you the yes man, you know what I'm talking about. Well, I'm going to do a little episode about the yes man and the yes woman. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when we say yes man, it's kind of like we mean it like the yes woman too. But and for the people who be like, what's the yes man? It's the person who always says yes. They don't never say no. Even though they want to say no, they still say yes. So I used to be that person. So I know how it feels. I'm not in that house anymore, but I know what it looks like when I'm talking to a person. I know what that looks like, and I know how to help them because I would know how I needed help. I'm not a person to say, like, hey, I didn't need help with certain situations. I will always say, like, yes, I hold myself accountable. Yes, I needed help. I remember one day I was talking to my uncle. Shout out to my uncle. That's my babe. You feel me? That's my guy. If you know my uncle, then you know my uncle. But my uncle said, he said some real stuff to me. He said, listen, Keita, I know you're independent and all this extra stuff, and I know that it's a beautiful look for you. But as far as me being your uncle and you're my niece, I don't want you to be with any man who does not help you. He's not helping you put you on the next level, or he's not helping you at all. You don't need to be around that man. Because a real man, he gonna help you. Like that's what we are here for. We're here to help you. Don't accept anything less than that. You're my niece, first of all, so I'm giving you game. And you know my uncle. If y'all know my uncle, y'all know which uncle I'm talking about. You know that's exactly how he talk. But that's my babe though. And so like when me and him talk, it's a little bit different. And he was like, so don't accept none of these guys who don't help you. Like, because they need to be with you to help you. If they're not helping you out on anything that you got going on, leave them alone. And you know, I kept the pee with my uncle because at this time, like, yes, that's probably when I was using guys as toys. I'm like, I just want the sex. I ain't gonna lie to you. They can get the fuck out. I got everything I need. Like, I just want the sex. Like, but it wasn't like that, and I wasn't no hoe either, guys. Like, so quit acting. Like, every time I say this, some people be like, oh, she was a hoe. Like, nah, nigga. This pussy ain't got mouths on it. This pussy tight. It ain't got walls. But at the end of the day, real walls. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, guys, I got what he's saying. He's like, you got to hold people accountable. Like for people that use your time and are not really talking about nothing, people need to be held accountable for that because you could be doing something else different. Yes, my time is valuable. You cannot just call my phone to tell me your problems and dump your burdens on me, baby. You got to pay me for that. I have a website, book me. I'm no longer allowing people to call me, waste my time to talk about their problems. Baby, you want to talk about your problems? You want me to be your counselor? I'm the hood counselor. I'm the ghetto counselor. Baby, but you got to pay me for that. My time is valuable. And that's what, what my sugar daddy was talking about. Like, he ain't my sugar daddy anymore, but he's more of a sponsor than sugar daddy. But he was telling me, he was like, no guy should ever be in front of your presence without giving you something. Stop allowing people to do that. Because when we pray and we're praying to certain people, yes, like if we want certain things, we have to give. You got to give in order to receive. So if they're not giving to you, then why should they be receiving you? If they're not adding to you, then they don't need to be in the following equation. This needs to be a subtraction, or you don't even need to be in there with algebra with them at all. So I got it. And so I hold myself accountable. Like, hey, I used to be in friendships when it was one-sided. Like, you know what? At some point, I knew these friendships wasn't going to work because it was one-sided. You're getting fed. You're being happy. I'm not happy. I don't like the way you treat me. Like, yes, I give you gifts. I give you all this. I'm treating you the way how I like to be treated. And you are loving every moment of it. But you are not returning that energy back to me. You're just standoffish, or you give bare minimum, or, different stuff like that. It's too much for me. And I have a boundaries with myself that I have to make sure I keep myself safe. I don't want to continuously healing the same wound that I healed before. Okay, so let me say it again without stuttering. I don't want to continue to heal the same wound that I healed before just so it is better for you. I won't do that. I love me and I love you too. And so if I love me and I love you, I'm going to respect you and I hope you respect me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, this is one-sided. This is what I need as a friend. If you cannot meet me there, guess what I'm going to have to do? Let you go. I was probably only in your life to be there to assist you through a transformation that you were going through. Once that's done, I'm out. I get my gold star. You get your gold star and I'm done. I'm good. On to the next one. Like it's no bad blood. Like, hey, if I got to keep searching, I'm going to keep searching. I'm going to keep enjoying the moment along the way too. You got to enjoy the moment. Celebrate to the point where you're celebrating to your end point. Like, people don't understand. I'm like, hey, I celebrate every little milestone. What I got an A on this test, I'm celebrating. What I got an A on this, I got an A on that. I'm celebrating until the day I graduate. So when I do graduate, I'm just going to be celebrating again. I done did enough celebration. People don't understand. I used to do that all the time. Like, I used to celebrate every moment, every step along the way. So that when I get there, people are like, oh, you're not. Hey, I don't celebrate it. I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm cool. I'm dandy. I'm living. I'm breathing. I'm just happy. But I held myself accountable. And this is what holding myself accountable helped me out in the end. And I'm at exactly where I need to be at. I'm in alignment to receive what I'm supposed to receive. Period, point blank. I can't be more sad. I can't be more glad. I am just happy. 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 But I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm me. I'm happy that I'm able to explore the things that I need to explore. And I'm happy that I'm able to speak my truth. Okay? Like, shots fired. Or I can clap. But no lie, guys, like this is the real truth about like really holding people accountable. And when you hold people accountable, this is the energy that you should get back, but hold people accountable. If you did something, you did it. Hey, you could apologize for it. That's fine too. But you got to apologize for everything, not just some things that you want to apologize for. But then I have to make a decision whether if I hold you accountable for your actions, that's fine. But if I start to counsel myself like, hey, Keita, what would I tell somebody else if they were in my situation and the same stuff happened? Like some stuff is forgivable, but some stuff is some disrespect. And if I did not match your energy, yeah, I don't think we can go back from that one. Because, baby, like if you do that again, I don't know if I'm going to able to not say I will slap you in the name of love and light, but I'm not willing to even take that any bad energy and use it towards you. So what I'm going to do is, if it was too bad, I'm going to just leave it at that. We made peace. There's no karma ties. I release all. People don't understand. I be doing that. Oh, baby, I've released the karmic ties. We don't owe each other no debts. I don't want it. We settled it now. I'm good. I'm great. And I'm giving you back your energy that you were all the energy you ever gave me. And I'm calling back mine expeditiously. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm holding you accountable for your actions, but I'm also holding myself accountable. Like what am I willing to receive in my life and what I'm not? I'm not willing to receive anything less than what I deserve if it was coming friendship, my man, or whatever. I'm not accepting anything less because I'm holding myself accountable. I accepted less last time and I got less. I got bullshit. I will not accept anything less than what I deserve, and I deserve it all, baby, because I give out gold, so I expect golds and diamonds back. I'm a diamond, baby. That's one thing you can't get rid of is a diamond. No matter how many times you try to crush it down, one thing you cannot do is get rid of a diamond, and that is what I am, okay? But guys, my whole little speech is hold people accountable. And in situations, they talk, hey, you know what? I didn't think this was good. But deep down inside, you know it was good. All right, I'll let it go. And then bam, you know what? Let me do it without you. And then it turned out to be you know what? Hold on, bro. Did you say it wasn't good? But everybody else like it. But you said it wasn't good. But now it's popping. Now you want to come back on my team. No, you cannot. No, stay there. I will not accept that, and I'm going to move on, and I love you, but there's no bad blood, but you will not do that to me at all. I will not accept that. I'm not accepting no half-ass friendship. If you don't support me, fine. But if I see you supporting other people, oh, that's cool. But guess what? When you come to say, hey, why you don't want to hang out, I'm going to hold you accountable. You know what? I was just noticing on Facebook, you know, because everybody posts on Facebook or Instagram. You invite all these people out to places, but you don't invite me nowhere. But you're telling me that you love me. I got to hold you accountable for that because why are these people being invited and not me? I'm cool. So I'm going to have to treat you the way how you're treating me, and I'm okay with that, but I'm not going to accept that. That's not something I'm willing to accept. And so I hold people accountable for their actions. I don't care. Nope. I used to call saying, y'all, happy birthday on y'all birthday. You don't call, do it for me. Guess what? That's fine. You won't get another birthday song out of me. I will call and sing happy birthday to the people who sang it to me and who really enjoy my presence, who enjoy my energy. They love me no matter what's going on. Even if it's a message that they got to give away that's tough, or I give them a tough message, they still love me and appreciate me in their life. I'm okay, and I'm holding them accountable for that, and I'm holding myself accountable for that because that is what I like. And I will not accept anything less, guys. Hold yourself accountable. Don't accept anything less than what you do. But if you do, accept it and move and apologize to yourself and move on. Say, you know what, self, I apologize for accepting less than what I deserve. Help me do better. And from this day forward, we're going to do better, move better, make better decisions, and reach our goals nonstop. This changes the frequency of your energy around you. This tells your cells that you love them. Take that time out to do that. That's the self-love step that some spiritual people don't talk about, is really accepting yourself and holding yourself accountable for your actions only. You know what, self? Maybe we shouldn't have matched their energy. Because sometimes, guys, I be spazzing on people and it'd be out the blue. People be really shocked. I haven't did it too often, but last year I did it a few times. And I matched that energy and people were like really shocked because they ain't never seen me match no energy before. But in actual reality, now that they was to have a conversation with me, they now know that I can go either way. You know what? I'm just going to communicate the way she want to communicate, because obviously the way that I was doing it was incorrect. And this is how I do people. But she matched me and it showed me that I need to work on myself. Facts. So guys, pay attention to what you do. Hold people accountable for their actions, but also hold yourself and do the healing work around that. Like get down to, why did you accept these things? Why were you not holding yourself accountable? Talk about those things. Why was I not holding myself accountable for the actions that I was taking and for the actions that I was accepting? Why was I doing this? Because it do help to do the inner work. I can't do it for you. Like I tell people, yes, I'm a healer. I heal energy, blah, 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 blah. But I can't do your healing work. Yes, I can remove the energy. But guess what? It's going to keep coming back if you ain't healed the initial wound. You got to heal the initial wound in order for it to not come back and for it to leave your body. Guys, like, healing is every day. You should be changing every day in a good way, elevating spiritually, soulfully, mindfully, like bodily. Nothing should be the same. Hold yourself accountable for every single thing that you got going on, because this will make you a better person for who you are and what you're destined to be. Can't nobody take that from you but you, okay? Love you, love yourself, smile, be great. Tell yourself you love yourself 3-4 times a day. Your cells going to start knowing that you love you, and the energy around you starts to change. And that's the only thing that I can say to y'all that's real, that I know for a fact that works. Can't nobody tell me it doesn't. I'm here to tell my side of the story, okay? All right, guys, I know it's got a little bit of rant, but it was true. And I got to say thank you for everybody who tunes in, listen to my podcast. I really appreciate y'all. Thanks for the people who share my podcast. I see y'all. For the people who share my podcast, I got something for y'all. So if I notice that you share my podcast and that you listen to my podcast, let me know. And if I catch you sharing it, I'm going to make sure I give you something that you're going to like, okay? And I must tell y'all, thanks for tuning in. If y'all want them candles, go follow me at The Sense of Goddess on Instagram and Facebook. I sell my candles there. You can order your candles there, put your shipping information in, and get shipped out. But guys, most importantly, you know what I'm saying? Make sure to go follow me at The Pretty Red ENT Show, all platforms. But also go follow my webpage. On my webpage, some love at theprettyredientshow.podbean.com. And I really appreciate y'all for tuning in, tapping in, listening to my podcast every day or every other week or whenever you decide to actually got time to sit down and listen to it. I appreciate you. Okay, guys, I really do. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So I just want to say, guys, thanks for tuning in to The Pretty Red ENT Show. It's your girl, guys, Nikita, a.k.a. Pretty Red ENT.